barbaric crime in the strongest terms. We stand firmly against all kinds of violence, domestic, public, and institutional. We also mourn the death of Constable Tomar Singh. Civil society and government have to work in earnest to make the home and public spaces safer for all women. It is high time we recognize the gender biases in our society and institutions and work towards sensitizing ourselves. We want to underscore that complaints of sexual abuse, regardless of caste, class, and background, must be taken very seriously and acted upon immediately. Institutions like the National Commission for Women have to play a much more proactive role with representation from different parts of civil society groups, including Adivasi and Dalit women. At this time, we cannot forget Soni Sodi, who is still in prison and whose custodial sexual torture was proven by a government, medical institutions, and a case lodged with the Supreme Court. But the only outcome has been an ever-changing date of hearing. We also remember the brutalization of the Dalit women of Kairlanji in 2006, that of Manorama Devi in Manipur in 2004. There should be no impunity to sexual violence for anyone, including law enforcement agencies, security forces, and politicians. The violent reaction of the government towards the democratic, peaceful protest is becoming the rule rather than the exception. The right to protest is the cornerstone of democracy, and that needs to be respected by everyone. We condemn the disproportionate use of force against peaceful protesters. Our demands today are the following. Number one, increase patrolling in areas that are unsafe for women, establishing round-the-clock helplines, and maintain a list of habitual sex offenders at each police station. Establish women's crisis centers that are accessible by citizens both in cities and villages, with counseling, medical, and advocacy services for the complainant. Institute an efficient system of lodging FIRs through special courts all over India that are accessible to women. Fast-track courts where justice is delivered in 100 days of filing the complaint. Implementation of the guidelines following Supreme Court's Vishaka judgment of August 1997 to prevent sexual harassment at the workplace. More judges need to be appointed to lower-level courts. Right now, there are 10 judges for every 1 million Indians, with many vacant positions. Compulsory gender sensitization training should be imparted to all government and private sector employees, including politicians, the executive, and the judiciary. It should also be made an integral part of the school curriculum. The training should be developed in consultation with women's groups working with Adivasi and Dalit women. Due to its impact on physical and mental health and a high degree of mortality, rape is also a public health issue. The public health workforce, ASHA and Anganwadi workers, need to be trained in sensitizing the family and the community, in destigmatizing rape survivors, in understanding legal provisions, and encouraging women to speak out and seek justice. Before I conclude, we'd like to say that it is heartening to see so many people come out to speak out for this injustice. I do hope that we take this energy and this sentiment and carry it on into the new year. Thank you.